Hello and welcome to Tyson's Mud Fossil Adventures. I'm doing a Christmas video here. There's something I was on my mind that I wanted to talk about, and that is biology versus geology. This here is Gil Hadley. He's one of the world's leading anatomists. This is his website. And I'll show you a little more about him and what I got going on here. I had a geologist in Africa on one of my YouTube videos the other day comment, and he was wanting me to explain the millions of years of layering in my biology and all that to try to explain it. And I told him, well, for one thing, there's not millions and millions and billions and trillions of years. That's all that they have on their side is time. Time. If there's billions and trillions and zillions of years, something had to have happened. Well, now what we've got here is we've got one science against the other. You got anatomy or biology on one side saying no, it's actually mud fossilized tissue, and then you got geology, the other science, saying no, you're a bunch of retards, you don't know what you're talking about in the health field. That's not what it is. They're rocks, and I'm going to show you some stuff here, so bear with me. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so this is Gil Hadley. He is one of the leading anatomists in the world. And this is one of the guys, one of the people that's been helping Roger understand mud fossilization and what's left behind with decayed bodies and everything. So this guy is no dummy. He understands what's going on. And so when you have geologists telling this guy that he doesn't understand what he's talking about, we have a problem. Because this man does understand it better than they do. So that's where I'm going with this. We got one side of the science community saying, no, you're wrong. We got the other side saying, no, you're wrong. Okay, there's something else in the science community. Mud fossil DNA certified by Harvard and Max Planck universities. So, in other words, geologists are saying that no, that's not true, Harvard. You can't be doing mud fossil DNA because it's all rocks. You see the problem we're having here? You even have Harvard and Max Planck saying, yes, there is mud fossilization in DNA, and you have geologists saying, no, they're all rocks. So we got a major problem here. We got two science communities going head to head, contradicting each other. Now, there's a picture of tissue. Now, any anatomist or biologist will know that that's what that is, that it's not a rock. Okay? Now, a geologist will tell you, no, this is basalt, and on and on and on, and give you a bunch of other stuff with all their stuff. So they both cannot be right. You see where I'm going with this? This is biology. I mean, look at that. These are hairs, we believe follicles. See the lines in that right in there? See those lines? Yet a geologist will tell you, look at these hair follicles. Look at these segments. See those segments in there? You see that? Yet a geologist will tell you, oh, this is just from, it doesn't matter what it's from. You know, this guy was trying to tell me, you know, that explain things through so much heat. Everything's always got to be about heat. Everything was molten rocks and heat, 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 heat. And no, it wasn't. Look at this. This is interstitium underneath the skin. Look at this matting and that fabric in there. And any anatomist, any geologist, or not anybody in the health industry, I've had nurses, I've had people comment on my channel saying, absolutely, that's what you have on. You've got biology going on there, Tyson, absolutely, 100%. Okay, well, a geologist will tell you, Mr. Anatomist, that you're full of crap. Look at this. Look at this. Back in here. That's tissues. And this is like a membrane layer or whatever, a fabric. Look at these interstitium balls. And look at this fabric in here. It's all it's decayed away, but look at this in there. Look at this up in here. And anybody in biology, anatomy understands this. But a geologist will tell you, no, it's all a bunch from heat, and it's always about heat, heat, heat. Everything was molten in heat. So you got two sciences. One saying that you don't know what you're talking about, and the other field saying, well, you don't know what you're talking about because that is not what it is. So that's what we got going on right now. And again, more biology. This is that membrane. This is just pictures though. That way I can click through it and you can really look at it. And anybody in anatomy, anything knows anything about biology at all and basic cell structure knows. I've had nurses and doctors comment on this and they tell me that's exactly what it is. But yet a geologist will tell you you're full of crap and they don't know what they're talking about. These are the transfer tunnels for uptake for nutrients and things, and yet they just totally ignore it. So you got one field, one science field telling the other science field that they don't have a clue what they're talking about. So in other words, Gil Hadley don't have a clue what he's talking about cell structure, membranes, or any of this. That's what a geologist would tell him. Well, I have a feeling he'd have a few choice words for them. Look at this in here. Just look at that. And you tell me that just got crapped out because of volcanic or basalt or heat, and they just bubbled up like that and all formed like that with the edges like that, just perfect. Walt Disney was involved, I guess. And that's a transfer tunnel. So is that up in there and that one there. Okay. This here is a picture of Ayers Rock. You know, the over in Australia. Look at that. Look at that in there. Are you kidding me? Now, a geologist will tell you that's just you know, molten and from you know, pyrotechnics, basically, lots of heat and stuff like that. And anybody in anatomy and biology knows exactly what that is. The muscle layer, the fibril tendon, the muscles in there and stuff. And they know. Come on, man. That just didn't peel off there like that and have that underneath there for no reason. Look at the black in here. Dripping down through there. That just blows me away. So apparently we have a discrepancy here because we have anybody in the medical field will tell you that's biology. Anybody that's a geologist who will tell you, no, it's not. That came from molten rock. So we have a problem here, folks. Okay, what you're about to see right here, a geologist will tell you this is decayed basalt or something like basalt or something like that. This is absolutely biological. This is decayed flesh laying right up against this tendon.
Look at this.
Look at that. This is absolutely biological. This is flesh that's just decayed and then mud fossilized against the harder material that would have been tendon material, tendinous material. So that's exactly what you can see it right there. But yet, you got one science telling the other science that no, you don't know what you're talking about. So, you know, I got somebody right now I've been talking to that really knows a lot about DNA and everything like that. Totally on board with this. But yet you got a geologist saying, oh no, they don't know what they're talking about. Their science is totally wrong. Very interesting. Don't you guys find that very interesting where one science says the other science is a retard and don't know what they're talking about?
Oh yeah, baby. That
Look at that.
By accident. Really? Okay. I hope you...
Look at this. Alright, that's all I got to say about that. Okay, this is stratigraphy. This is the geologic sedimentary layering and stuff like that. That's what they would call this. Millions and billions and trillions and zillions and billions and whatever years, man. Oh, I'm tired of the year thing. Actually, what you have up on here looks like tissue to me on the very top. Look at the blacks and the reds in here. This is actually tissue in the body of a creature. And what they just can't get over is these creatures are absolutely so enormous that you can't even fathom it. They're mountains. Parts of their bodies are mountains that we call coastlines and things like that. Well, look at this in here. And they think this is all water from sitting there. And, you know, some of it could be from the flood boundary, but this right in here, this part is not. I'll guarantee you this red right here and stuff, maybe some of this stuff up here on the top, but this stuff down here is not. Those are layers of tissue. They've decomposed, rotted down, and they're mud fossilized, and that's what's going on. Okay, I'm going to close this up with some of this video right here. This is a video I just found the other day on tectonic plates. And it's all CGI, it's all animated, it's all razzle-dazzle, bunch of crap. And they want you to believe it all. They don't have none of it figured out like they think they do. 5 billion years ago. 5 billion years ago. That's the only thing they have on their side is time. If you give me trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of years, something had to have happened. Look at this CGI video. They're trying to tell you how the Earth was formed. Tectonic plates and all this. Gases and big bangs, heated rocks. And one of those was ours. They're trying to tell you how the plates work. We've got a molten core center, so Admiral Byrd never went there. From all the friction, yeah, this is bull. This is all not true. It's formed out of biological creatures. So now, you either have biology, which is going to either be true, or geology. They both cannot be true. Look at this. It's all CGI. This is the part that irritates me. Geological uplift and stuff. Nobody digs down there and shows us. It's all drawings and animated and all just garbage, as usual. Can't prove none of it. Just by rises in the earth with, electronic gadgets. But cannot prove none of this. Absolutely none of this can they prove. There's some movement. Yes, they can measure movement with stuff for earthquakes. But they do not understand this. I'm telling you. But it sure is pretty, isn't it? I mean, most of this stuff is just theories and conjectures. I mean, look at this right here coming up. Look at these pretty little pictures in CGI of the plates, how they collide and buckle and all that. I've already checked out some of this stuff. This stuff is creatures, the sides of creatures laying out there. I'm not kidding you. They're body parts. Yeah, just scare the hell out of everybody with some more video. See, this is all BS. Just total BS. It's all drawings, conjectures, and things like that. Have you ever seen anybody dig down there and take a look? No, I haven't either. They do not understand it. Alright, so I'm going to wrap this up. Yeah, so anyway, this is one of the things that's really irritating to me. They'll sit there and tell us 5 billion years ago. It's like Stephen Hawking, he's in a wheelchair. Was in the wheelchair. He's dead now. He was in a wheelchair and everything, though. Tells us he has all the heavens figured out, black holes, wormholes. Cannot figure out how to get himself out of the wheelchair. Cannot figure out gravity right here where we're at. But they've got all the heavens figured out. And geology, they've got it all figured out. Cannot tell us how gravity works, but I've got everything else figured out. And it's billions and trillions of years old. Just trust me and believe me. I don't believe you. Tell me where gravity is, then I'll start work on the stuff here where we're standing right now. Tell me what holds me to the earth, and then I might start believing your billions and trillions and zillions of years and your pretty CGI. Then I might believe all this stuff. But until you can do that, I'm done. It's all garbage. I'm not joking. It's garbage. Until they can tell me what sticks my butt to the planet and fix things here on Earth, don't worry about the heavens. You're never going to figure them out. You can't even figure out where we're at here. But you want us to believe all that. Come on, folks. We're not that ignorant. Have a great evening. Bye-bye now. God bless.